Welcome to episode 70 of the Creative Train podcast. Today we're going to look at the madness of creativity. And there are a few things which unite us all as artists and creators and creatives so much as the madness which seems to inspire us all in some bizarre way. What is the madness that fuels us and at the same time can hold us back? What keeps us going in times of doubt and derision from outside? What keeps you going when all those things around you seem to be just fine, watching your projects, goals, and ambitions fall apart? It's a pro tip right off the hop. It's not arrogance, it's not delusion, it's your focus beyond the mundane. There's a big thought. All aboard? A while back, I shared an episode with one of my favorite singer-songwriters, Cassie Noble, and we talked about artist integrity, imposter syndrome, originality, and a bunch of other stuff. But the title of this episode was inspired by her most recent album release and the gorgeous track called Madness. Although Cassie and I are of different generations, we have a weird kinship that's most particularly found among artists, in that we all share in a common struggle, and that is to simply get people to not just hear us, but to take a moment and actually listen to us. If you're a visual artist, I still think you get the point that I'm driving at here. So it comes down to the madness. Is it delusional daydreaming or extreme focus? Or is it irresponsibility to our daily routines? Or is it a purpose that's just not understood by others? I think it's tough to draw a definitive line here, as both sides do have a valid point. From the artist's perspective, we're engaging with that most primal part of ourselves, which most adult beginner artists or musicians often confess that they wish they had stuck with their creative pursuit past their youth. Or maybe that they'd started much earlier in life. Either way. And yet nothing we dream of or spend our time seemingly distracted by is real to many folks. So how and why does art, creativity, and our place in the process of creating it capture us and retain us so? I think it's because of that magic that we get to touch, taste, and smell and hear and experience all of those things that folks caught up in, quote, reality have no real clue actually exist. And that's not a statement of arrogance or me trying to show you something that I have that you can't have, or a device made of the mystical material called unobtainium. No. It's a simple reconciliation or acceptance, admission that we as artists are just different. I've seen a lot of examples of artists acting out online in a very defensive manner to nobody in particular, but just posting day after day about how unapologetic they are for being an artist. And it doesn't seem to find a grounding pole anywhere, except that their personal artist statement has been made. And maybe they just need to shore themselves up when they don't get enough comments or likes or shares or whatever. Maybe they have an angry parent or family member who is bitter at their choice of careers. I've been there. Or maybe their creations haven't been met with the, willing eyes and hearts at local craft shows. Either way, two very distinct points come up here. To me, in my mind, either you keep apologizing for being an artist or keep creating and ignore those other voices. And don't allow your detractors a single moment in your mind and heart. Just keep doing your thing. These folks that keep insisting that they won't apologize for their art or keep posting about their stalwart nature have, in my mind, completely missed the point. Go back a few decades. None of this was even a thing. Go back a few centuries and even less of a thing for creative folks to rage against public scrutiny. Many artists are famously quoted for their take on public perception and attitudes towards art. And for every artist creating, there are countless critics ready with their grand observations. Of course, those issues existed, but now as Patreon replaces patronage for a small percentage of artists, social media likes replace album sales, and free streaming services and image search algorithms replace concerts and galleries. And where does that leave the genuinely inspired artist? Likely broke, depressed, addicted to something or another, maybe even lashing out at the world on social media for not getting them. All I can say with every bit of integrity I can summon is that for you as an artist, keep creating as if you expect the absolute bestest return on your creative investment. Whether you have 10 or 1 million followers, there is still someone out there who digs your stuff. They look forward to your shares and releases, and they actually give part of their day to re-experiencing your stuff. Even if you don't see the clicks or get shares or mentions, it's still happening. I'll bet that 99.9% of folks who use YouTube casually, recreationally, aren't subscribers. They don't have their own YouTube channel identity. Not that they have to post videos of themselves, but they just use the app on their phone or on the computer, and they don't have a YouTube account with their name tied to it. They can't click the like button because they simply haven't taken the time to create a personal account. We're in a world of 3-second experiences, and imagine it this way. Who in their right mind would sign up to show in a gallery where all the viewers would scoot through on some sort of escalator of sorts and would only see your stuff for a few seconds at the very most? How many? None. So you go on dreaming, crafting, composing, creating, cooking, sewing, dancing, and writing. Don't give a darn about what the world might think about it. Do it. Do it. Not like, do it at the end of this episode. Actually go do it now. I'm going to end this now, and you're not going to miss anything. So go, create, make the world a more beautiful space. Embrace your madness and all of those wonderful things that keep you inspired and going. There's your pep talk. Now go get to work. So we started out the topic du jour with madness. And it's that kooky nature of inspiration and giddiness, that kid-like behavior that we artists have to keep ourselves inspired and on the rails day to day, to not get upset or depressed about things and to keep trying to create beauty. And what I think some of those people that lash out are missing is the fact that people are looking to you and your art as a release from what can be, at times, a very ugly life. They want beauty. They don't want to hear you complain. You channel that inner madness to create and give to the world the wonderful things that keep you inspired. Just do it. Go get to work.